Okay, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about why people go to nightclub, and we are looking in a first principle basis. And let's get started. So the first thing is we as a human, we move towards rewards and we get away from pain. So let's see what can we get from these two. And this is the first cognitive biases by Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger, which is the partner, the mentor for Warren Buffett. And he always like to use this 25 cognitive bias to avoid making mistake, to uh, avoid misjudge the human, to avoid the human common error in our psychology. So this is the first one. So let's talk about the reward. And we start from before we go to the club. Before we human go to the club as a male or female, I'll talk about the male first. What are the male is looking the reward? Of course, our brain will think, oh, we can meet all the beautiful girls for the sex, and female can meet all the wealthy guy. So that's a reward. And not only that, but clubbing is where people dance or dance, and dancing in our natural selection for a male. If we are male, we see female dancing. This is we see a sexual signaling. It's a sexual signal for male, which means the girl using the body to tell you, to signal you, come and approach me. That even the female doesn't do this consciously. That is hardwired in our survival brain, in our primal brain. It's in our subconscious mind, bring down from all the generation to generation from our ancestor. So for female, we will see dance. Okay, we will see dance as a protection mechanism. So when females see a male dancing, in her brain she will link that a dancing ability equal to fighting ability. There's a relation between that. So when a female see a male who's good at dancing or dance well, you don't have to be great, just dance well, good, and it's actually signaling the person is good at fighting also. And this isn't in our conscious mind. We don't think about it naturally. This is hardwired in our subconscious mind. So for male and female, when they go to club and eventually they see club nightlife is a optimal place for mating. So this dancing dance. Okay, before we go to club again, we will definitely dress up, first thing. The second thing, we will go with our social group. So there's two things we can talk about here right now. So when we dress up and we go with our friends, with our peers, we are in group bias. We feel belong, which is our human desire. And second thing, which is human that are good, that have a group a friend, have a social circle, a strong bonding, a tribe, will have higher chance to survive. And people who think that having a tribe is not successful is all dead by now. So that's why the people living here have this hardwire that proven that having a tribe, having a group is crucial for surviving. So at the other end of the spectrum, when we go to the club, and eventually we have this self-selecting bias, which we think everybody go to the club is same as us. So if you are not awesome, if you are not cool person, if you are a loser, you go to the club and you see all the cool people, and you are in the same place with the cool people. You are not the cool people, but you are in the same place, which meaning you are eventually emotionally, psychologically, you are at the same level as them. This is also again not wired in our conscious mind. We don't think about it. This in our psychology, our deep psychology, that we don't even think about it. That is happening. That's it's crazy. You know how I don't mean to judge you. I don't mean to judge people who go to the loser or what. That is just we are as a human. You know, with psychology. And yeah, the social status. So the next thing will be away from reality. Just like we watch memes, we watch cats video, all the nonsense video, all the prank video, that is all away from reality. The reality is pain. Example, we are in the office right now, doing all the work, there is stress, and stress is a pain, and we don't like it. We are thinking about the TGIF, and the TGIF doesn't come right away, but cat video come out right away, so we end up procrastinate. We end up scrolling Facebook for cats video and things like that, and memes, you know. So we are away from reality, and this is the same as going to clubbing. As when we go to clubbing, before we reach the club, before we enter the club, we are already hearing the music, and music is is also hardwired in our brain for survival mechanism. We like music. Everywhere, every person in the world like music. The people who don't like music already died by now, and people who like music pass through the gene. The gene have a tattoo saying that you like music, like music. The gene passed down. The people who with the gene that say don't like music already die, so we die with the gene. So eventually every people likes music. That is our survival mechanism. And the second thing is more important than what I just said, which is bass music. And why human like bass music? So here is an example. When we are in a mother's womb, we hear low frequency voice, like her heartbeat and what she is saying. The, even though when we are in the womb, we don't know what she's saying, but we can feel the emotion of what she is trying to express. And all the high frequency notes is ignored when we are in the womb of our mothers. So when we are going to a club, we're hearing all the deep bass sounds, and we feel like we feel natural, you know. And how do I say this? And because we're going to a club, we're listening to low frequency voice, not low frequency, the bass is low frequency. boom, boom, boom. It's low frequency. Boom, boom, boom. Before we go to club, the Monday to Friday, we are walking and we hear a lot of high frequency things. For example, from your company, maybe your superior is complaining you, is whining. They, you know, people don't whine in low frequency. They don't like, oh, I hate your product, I hate your service, I don't want your service. They don't like. They are in a higher tone of note, higher pitch. Fuck you, man! I don't like your product. I don't need this. Why you don't do the work? It's all high frequency. So we're having a high frequency in Monday to Friday or even Saturday. So constantly we have the pain, when we are too much pain, when our pain level is too high, and eventually our desire to go for reward is as same high as the percentage we get from pain. So the more pain you experience in your daily life, the more likely you will go to look for rewards. Like even you don't go to clubbing, you may consume alcohol. If you have more pain, you look for bigger reward like drugs and stuff. So music help our brain produce oxytocin, which is, let's say oxytocin is a sugar and we like sweet things. So oxytocin that reduce our fear, our anxiety, our worry, and increase our peace. Now oxytocin also make us more, because we reduce the fear, we more relaxed right now. When we are more relaxed, we have less fear. What we'll do, we will have less fear right now. You will probably approach the girl that you find attractive. You are more brave. Let's go down deeper right here. And talking about oxytocin, not only from music but from alcohol, which is a crucial point in this video. Alcohol. So alcohol also process oxytocin. So alcohol, short form, alcohol is bringing you from pain to reward instantly. Now what the other thing that pain you experience before and after going to the nightclub? I already talked about the pain you experience before going to the club, and what about when you reach the club? What is the pain? So the psychology of the nightclub, the pain they create more pain is by darkness. Clubbing is dark, and dark is it's a natural fear for humans. If you have less logical, you feel more dark. A lot of stranger, and it is crowded, and it is loud. Now don't talk about club right now. Let's say you are experience this dark, crowded, stranger, and loud. Let's say you are in a grocery shop right now. It is dark, it is crowded with a lot of stranger, and it is producing a lot of loud noise, either from human or from the music. Is so loud. What would you feel? Your adrenaline will probably boost up. You will be flight or flight mode. You'll probably, in a stress mode. So this is the same thing that the club creates. dark, a lot of crowded stranger with loud noise. So before you go to club, your fear level might at here. Your pain, this is also a pain. Your pain level is right here. So when you go into club, your pain level is even, because they use this 4 element, your pain level is even higher right now. So now let's look at what if clubbing, they are not dark, they are full of people you know, and they are not crowded, and they have no loud music. Your pain level probably be right here, and they give you the reward. What are the reward? Alcohol, music, girls. What you feel will be go from here and probably up a little bit to here, which only up a little bit. But when they increase, your fear is higher, and they give you more rewards. And when your reward is more, you eventually feel better. It's just like giving a person bad news first, then a good news is better than you giving a good news first and then a bad news. So let me demonstrate. So here is x-axis and y-axis. So when you are paying, so this the middle line will be your natural feeling when you are in. So the top part is when you are in good mood, and the bottom part is bad mood, and in the middle part will be natural feeling. So when you are having pain, you are eventually at bottom. And if you listening to music and alcohol and access to opposite sex, eventually you will from bottom and rise above to pass the natural mood and then feel good at this point. If the club make you feel more pain by making the environment dark, by having crowded and with stranger and loud music, your pain is eventually going down, and they provide alcohol, music, and sex, or even opposite. Your reward and your feeling you shoot even higher, just like high risk, high return. So eventually you're higher, and when you are higher, you spend more money as well. So this is how they make money. And the next thing will be the alcohol. When you drink a lot of alcohol, eventually it will shut down your logical brain and operate with your emotion primal brain. Now what is the role of these two brain? I will talk about this briefly. The logical brain is like, oh, don't drink alcohol, it will hurt your body. That's what logical brain thinks. And your emotional brain will be thinking, alcohol make you high. Alcohol release oxytocin, which is a good thing for survival. And emotion brain is more on surviving. A lot of time you don't reach your goal, it's because your emotion brain is controlling you. And there's 3 parts in our brain. The first part is the autopilot brain. The second one, emotional brain. And the third part is the top part of the brain is the logical brain and memory. So the first part is the brain that govern your breathing, your heartbeat, which working 24/7 a year non-stop. this part we cannot control. We didn't control our heartbeat, we didn't control our breathing. We didn't control the blood that flow. We didn't control, oh, I should flow more blood into my hand. We don't control that. So this thing outside of our control, we don't talk about it. And the second part of the second layer of our brain, which is the emotion brain, which is govern our survival. And this brain, all this brain one is surviving. What is surviving? It is sugar, sex, all the necessities for surviving: food, shelter, sugar. And this brain motivate us to get sex, the food, the money, the water that we want. And all the animal, and what separate between human and animal is they only have these two brain, and we human have another layer of the brain, which is the logical brain and memory, and we can absorb knowledge just like you right now. So when we drink alcohol, the alcohol shut down the logical brain, the top part of the brain, which only left two layers of the brain. And the one in control right now is the master of the brain right now is the emotional brain. So what emotional brain want all the time is food, water, sex, and aggression, which is like survival mechanism, because you need aggression to fight the tiger that you can eat tonight. So when your brain shut down the logical brain, you make illogical decision. You just keep buying the alcohol without logically thinking, and you straight away dare to approach the female because you have the aggression, and you don't care what other males think, and this end up fighting. Especially people in club, they are more aggressive because of alcohol, because of this mechanism in our brain. So I don't go to club, and I'm planning to go to club. A lot of rich people go to club. They're aware of this thing, and they want to experience this thing. This thing is, there's no good or bad thing. It's all survival. This is all hardwired in our brain. Yeah, unless you don't want to survive and you want to try to fight this, I will not go to club. If I go to club, I will go to club and experiment and see this thing happen, which is fun for me to do if I go to. And yeah, it is not a bad thing to get away from pain and go for reward, and everything is too much is not good for you. Even drinking too much water is not good for us also. So this is a video for today. Hope that answer your question on why humans love to go clubbing. And I've been studying for psychology for the past 8 years. And I'm Gavin. See you on the next video.